Three leadership attributes that are the most undervalued but will make you the most successful. I call them the three S's. But before we get into the S's, first let's talk about what is leadership and who is a leader. There's a famous statement by one of the best and greatest leaders in the world. Everyone is a shepherd and everyone is responsible over their flock. And so a leader can be anyone who has a flock. That could be a mother, a father, a business owner, a manager, a captain of a sports team, an older sibling. All of us are shepherds and we all have flocks. And so we are leaders and we are responsible over that flock. And so now when you look at this, what is the attribute that is the most undervalued because it's not tangible? It's not something you can put a metric on and say, checkbox. I've now attained leadership. I've attained this attribute. That's the first S, which is sincerity. Why are you a leader? Is it because you chose being a leader because that was the track that would unlock the most compensation for you? Or are you a leader because the people around you saw you as someone who can make them better? Do you feel the burden and the responsibility of leadership? Do you feel the burden of making sure that the people that have entrusted you with that position, they need you? They need your support. They need to feel like you're making them better. Does that keep you up at night? That's where you have these consistent values of integrity and morality that hold you to a standard beyond just a compensation or a title. It's something that is deeply rooted in you and it comes out, it exudes out of you as a leader, that people feel it. All of us have had instances where we worked for someone that at any first moment, they would throw us under the bus to make themselves look better. You don't want to be that leader. And so sincerity is the essential attribute that you need to be successful. Second S, sacrifice. What are you willing to put on the line for those that you're in charge of? Will you prefer your team, your flock over yourself, over your own comfort? Sacrifice is one of the most underestimated attributes of leadership because many times we look at how does my team make me better? How does my team make my job easier? How do the people that I'm leading make my life easier? But it's the opposite. You are in service of your team. You are in service of your flock. So what are you doing? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to give up that 1 hour, 2 hours when you just want to go home and you're exhausted and you want to see your family, but you see someone is struggling and they need help? And so you take that time to mentor them, to facilitate making them better. These are the questions of sacrifice, but you can't sacrifice if you're not sincere with why you're a leader to begin with. The third S, self-awareness. You can't be a great leader if you don't even know yourself. It's the most undervalued attribute where we think that we have to suppress ourselves because now I have to show power, I have to show strength, I have to show the people that have entrusted me with leading them no weakness. But actually, that's the opposite. When you are more in tune with what you're feeling, you actually become a better leader because now you know why you're making decisions. You're not making decisions because you're emotionally turned off or you're emotionally unstable. You're actually making deliberate decisions because you know what you're feeling in that moment and you know how to separate that from the person or the idea or the strategy that you're making a decision on. Self-awareness is extremely important to understand how to also serve others that you're responsible for. How does somebody who you're leading maybe just tick you the wrong way? How do you deal with that? How do you become a better leader for that person that maybe tells you, I don't want you to lead me. I think I'm better than you. I think I should have your position. That could be frustrating, but how do you deal with your emotions? How do you have the self-awareness to know that you are enough and that you have to break through that adversity and those difficulties to make that person better? These are the three attributes of leadership that are most undervalued, but they're the ones that will make us the best leaders possible. Let's rise together.